very, very happy and appreciative to receive this report today. I had no doubt in my mind that when we set up this committee and gave them 4 weeks, with the kind of caliber of people that we selected to deliver on this assignment, I had no doubt in my mind that they would deliver it within the time frame we set up for them. They didn't choose it, we picked the time frame. And I'm very, very happy and that you've been able to, you've been equal to the challenge. Like I said, I had no doubt you would do it because you all had the passion, you still do, for the river basins. And I was confident that you put everything you had to this assignment. I congratulate you on this great feat, and I have no doubt that the outcome of this report will be very, very qualitative. I have had, I will give this secret, I had a preview, I had an advance copy, which I locked myself in a room last weekend and went through, and I would say to the world that a tremendous amount of work was done, and it was a very, very qualitative work. So I thank you most sincerely for all the efforts you put and the sacrifices you made to ensure that you beat the deadline and we were able to address all the issues that were in the terms of reference. I would like to assure you, like I've said before, this is not going to be a talk show. Your report is not one of those reports among the thousands that will be gathering dust on shelves and in libraries within the ministry and agencies. Well, next step, we're going to go through this report again, line by line, all your recommendations. And I'm sure a lot of things will develop out of it. So there will still be study groups, task forces to look at certain issues, strategies to be developed towards implementation. Be rest assured that this was not an exercise in vain. This report, your recommendations will be implemented by the grace of God within the best of our ability and subject to availability of resources, which we must find one way or the other. I've been saying that there is not an excuse anymore for us to always sit down and say, well, we have this plan, but there are no resources. We must think beyond just the plans, but think how we're going to implement those plans, including all the constraints. If funding is a constraint, any constraint, we must find a way, a strategy to overcome that constraint. And I assure you that we will try as much as possible to overcome any constraint that will come out of the strategies that you have recommended. The river basins cannot continue to be a shadow of their former selves. They must come back alive. We need the river basins to redirect the agricultural sector in this country and to get them to be the catalyst for integrated rural development and this big source of employment and poverty reduction. A lot of money has been sunk into these river basins over the last 3 decades or so. We cannot allow those resources, those structures and infrastructure to just rot away. We must find a use for them. So I look forward to implementing the recommendations of your report along with our able team in the ministry. And I hope that if need be, you make yourselves available again at any point in time to be able to guide us through some of your recommendations and also to hopefully be part of the team that will rejuvenate the river basins and restore their former glory. I would like at this point to also appeal to the entire management of the river basins. You are key to the changes we want to bring to the river basins. You have to be part of this change. If you are not ready to come along with us, please, you know that the train will leave you behind. But we do not want the train to leave you behind. We want you to be part of this process. So they must re-educate yourselves, re-energize yourselves, the executives and the staff, to move in the direction that we think is in your best interest. What we are doing is in your best interest and in the best interest of the country. And you are part of this country, you are not aliens. So we must all work together to ensure that we get the best of what our former leaders have provided for us. So I invite you to join in this process so that we can really revitalize our river basins for the benefit of our people. I'd like to congratulate you once again on this beautiful assignment. I would like to thank you most sincerely for giving your time and energy to make this possible. And once again, to reassure you, we didn't do an academic exercise. This, as you can see, a process is going on, from briefing to retreat to drawing a roadmap, and now we are taking bits and pieces of the retreat, all the outcomes. What you have done is just an aspect. There are other aspects that are going on, pertaining to reforms, repositioning of the ministry, and so many other things are going on concurrently. At the appropriate time, we'll put everything together into a proper blueprint for this ministry for the next 4 years, or whatever horizon we may come up with. And then we'll begin to execute our programs in the best way possible, to the best of our ability, for the benefit of Nigerians. Thank you very much. God bless. So,
Honorable Minister, distinguished members of the committee, I was earlier asked to move the vote of thanks, but I told them it would be an effort in futility. So, on behalf of the Honorable Minister, my humble self, and the entire management staff of the Ministry of Water Resources, I would like to use this opportunity to especially thank you for the efforts that you have put into this assignment. Apart from meeting the deadline, a lot of fruits of their labor. Once more, thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Let me add thank you and wish you the blessings as you travel back to your various destinations. Thank you very much.
Been able to meet the time given to you. So, what should Nigerians be expecting from this report you've submitted? Any, so can we have an idea of a summary of that report?
Well, let me just start by saying that 29 days ago, precisely on the 12th of January, the Honorable Minister constituted an 8-member committee of experts led by myself to produce a blueprint and action plan to strengthen the RBDS. And the idea was knowing what we do about the river basin development authorities, how do we reposition them and strengthen them to deliver on the mandate, the key mandate areas and the interests of this administration, which is integrated rural development, mass job recruitment, especially of the youth all over the country, increase agricultural production, food security. And over the past 4 weeks, we have consulted widely with the river basin authorities themselves. We have consulted with members of the National Assembly, specifically the members of the Senate and the House Committee on Water